Discipline of attention is not harshness. It is not strain. It is not mental force. It is not the attempt to control life through pressure. Discipline of attention is ordered return. It is the quiet strength to keep bringing attention back to what is true within, again and again and again. This is the 7-minute daily focus, day 111 of 365, to focus on the world within from the world without. Today's focus, the law of attention, discipline of attention. Pause for a moment. Discipline of attention is not harshness. It is not strain. It is not mental force. It is not the attempt to control life through pressure. Discipline of attention is ordered return. It is the quiet strength to keep bringing attention back to what is true within, again and again and again. Because attention does not merely observe, attention nourishes, attention protects. Attention gives continuity to what thinking is developing, and whatever receives continuity unfolds. So when attention is disciplined, the inner seed is protected from interruption. The mind ceases to scatter itself among appearances, and what is recognized within begins to receive steady inner support. Pause. Attention must learn where to remain. If it remains on what is physically seen, it becomes reactive. If it remains on pressure, delay, fear, or contradiction, it strengthens instability. But if it remains with what is recognized within, it strengthens the seed. Thought is within, effect is without, thinking stands between. Attention protects the bridge. Attention guards what thinking is developing. Attention keeps the inner movement from being overruled by outer appearance. This is why discipline matters, because without discipline, attention becomes casual, and casual attention cannot sustain a clear direction. It looks within for a moment, then falls back into reaction. It becomes impressed by appearance. It becomes persuaded by delay. It becomes diverted by what it should only observe. But disciplined attention does not live that way. Disciplined attention knows where it belongs. It returns to origin. It returns to the seed. It returns to the inner position that governs what is physically seen. Attention determines what is nourished, and what is nourished gains strength. Undisciplined attention moves without authority. It is drawn by noise. It is led by urgency. It is captured by what is happening now. It confuses activity with direction, and because it is unstable, it keeps feeding what should not be sustained. Disciplined attention is different. It is aware. It is chosen. It is directed. It does not deny what is physically seen, but it refuses to bow to it. It sees appearance for what it is, secondary, and because it knows that what is within is primary, it gives its energy to origin, not to reaction. This is active thinking in practice, not merely knowing that attention matters, but governing it, not merely agreeing with the principle, but applying it, not merely admiring the seed, but protecting it through continuity. Recognition reveals the seed. Thinking develops the seed. Attention protects the seed. So discipline of attention is not optional within the structure of the mind. It is necessary because what is not protected is easily interrupted, and what is interrupted is delayed in its unfolding. Unfolding requires continuity, and continuity requires disciplined attention. Whenever attention abandons the inner position and runs after appearance, interruption begins. The seed is not destroyed, but its development is disturbed. The unfolding is delayed. The mind becomes divided, and a divided mind cannot sustain clear development. Discipline, then, is the practice of non-abandonment. You do not abandon what you have recognized within. You do not abandon the seed because the world without has not yet caught up. You do not abandon the inner position because outer conditions appear loud. You remain, you return, you re-establish. That is discipline. It is the ability to notice where attention has drifted and bring it back, not with judgment, not with frustration, but with authority, because the mind must be taught to remain with what is true. This is the maturing of inner government. Attention is no longer left to habit. It is no longer left to moods. It is no longer left to the five senses alone. It is brought under the order of what is recognized within. And once attention is trained in this way, the whole structure becomes stronger, thinking becomes clearer, steadfastness becomes easier, reaction begins to weaken, and physical expression begins to reflect greater inner order. This is where steadfastness becomes power, not doubtfulness, not struggle, not force. You are not pushing the seed, not pressure. You are not trying to make it happen, but steadfastness, focused, remain aligned with what is within. Do not be moved by what is physically seen, because what is physically seen is always secondary to what is unfolding. Discipline of attention means you choose your inner position before the day chooses for you. You decide what deserves your sustained notice. You decide what will be nourished. You decide whether the mind will live from origin or from reaction. So today, do not ask only, what am I seeing? Ask, what am I sustaining through attention? Do not ask only, what is happening around me? Ask, what am I continuing within me? Because the future of physical expression is not determined only by events, it is shaped by what attention repeatedly nourishes. Attention is a keeper, attention is a guardian, attention is a discipline, and when disciplined, it becomes a faithful servant of unfolding. You are allowing what already is to unfold. Now, the affirmation for day 111. Pause for a moment. My attention is disciplined. I do not scatter my mind. I do not nourish reaction. I return my attention to what is within. I sustain what is true. I protect the seed through ordered return. I do not abandon what I have recognized. I remain aligned with origin. I remain steady. I remain clear. I remain with what is unfolding. And because I remain, what is within strengthens. And what strengthens within must physically express. And remember, by design, by focus.